Hi guys, today we're going to do something a little bit different. You'll notice I went out of my suit coat and went into my Mr. Rogers cardigan. For more on Mr. Rogers humor, follow me on Twitter at Deacon Bill. I can't follow you back till you graduate, but still, it's worth your time. Check it out. We're going to do something different though with the Psalms. I'm going to actually read and pray two of them. The reason for two of them, they both have the same theme, at least the reason I'm covering it, namely the theme of children. You'll see that today's assignment is a longer one. I'm giving you a lot of time. It's an important topic. What is the topic? Children. All right, you're 18. In many countries, in many cultures, certainly in the past, an 18-year-old was often married. Sometimes even became a father, or was certainly very close to it. In our culture, I think the average, look it up, I'm not sure, but I think the average first marriage now for a male is 27. Okay, and many people choose not to have kids. But that's the theme today. If we were doing our class at the school, we'd be covering a lot of issues that had to do with children. Okay, things like abortion, birth control, artificial contraception. Those aren't the same thing, okay? Sometimes people confuse them. The testing for Down syndrome that I asked or mentioned in the third Science and Religion video. I'm just not comfortable covering those on video, so you should note that I've made a major change in our course. We would have been looking at very complicated, very hot button issues at this point in the school year. It just doesn't work this way though. Okay, there's things we don't want to put on video or talk about, and etc. But the idea of children is an important one, and so this longer assignment that you'll see in the written instructions really about you getting to think about that. You're no longer a child, right? You're 18. Your government says you can vote. You have the same legal rights as I do in almost every area except for the drinking thing at 21, right? But think about it. And these two Psalms were clearly put in the same place in the book of Psalms because of that blessing. Remember, it was considered a great blessing. You have to decide if it's still that way today. And that's one of the questions I'll give you, of course, in the written instructions. So let's remember we're in God's presence as we hear from Psalm 127 and Psalm 128, listening for the children concept. Unless the Lord build a house, they labor in vain who build. Unless the Lord guards the city, in vain does the guard keep watch. It is vain for you to rise early and put off your rest at night, to eat bread earned by hard toil. All this God gives to his beloved in their sleep. Children too are a gift from the Lord, the fruit of the womb a reward. Like arrows in the hand of a warrior are the children born in one's youth. Blessed are those whose quivers are full. They will never be shamed, contending with their foes at the gate. And now, Psalm 128. Happy are all who fear the Lord, who walk in the ways of God. What your hands provide, you will enjoy. You will be happy and prosper. Like a fruitful vine, your wife within your home, like olive plants, your children are around your table. Just so will they be blessed who fear the Lord. May the Lord bless you from Zion all the days of your life, that you may share Jerusalem's joy and live to see your children's children. Peace upon Israel. St. John Baptist de La Salle. Live Jesus in our hearts. Before you leave, and you note the written instructions there, a longer assignment again. Just a little caution here, that famous Semiticism, may you live to see your children's children. In other words, may you live to be a grandfather. What a beautiful concept coming from, I think I'm the only grandfather on the faculty at St. Joe's. May you live to see your children's children. So as you're thinking about this longer assignment, getting your life in order, as it were, don't forget something I may have mentioned in class. When people talk about having children once they're married, of course, or however that's going to happen, I think they tend to think just of the immediate time, right? I can't have kids till I get a certain level of income or house or something, and understandably, right, these things. But I would just like to caution you and maybe have you think a little bit how much your life as the father will overlap your sons and daughters. That is, the longer you wait to have kids, the less time you have with them. And of course, that first 18, 20 years of a child, that's a lot of sacrifice on the part of a parent. It's the difficult years. But let me tell you, as an old man, that one of the great joys of being a dad happens when the kids are older, where I'm still relatively young, 57, young enough to appreciate their company. So, I'm not trying to change your views at all, but I just want you to think bigger about having children. Now, when you get serious with your girlfriend, your fiance, you're not that far from those points in your lives, guys. Make sure she's thinking that way too, right? At what point do we just think of the sacrifices when the kids are little and then realize, wait, it's a bigger picture? Will you live to see your children's children? Will you be young enough to appreciate them? Keep that in mind as you do today's more extensive assignment. Thank you, guys. May God bless you.